All right, traders, happy Wed Thursday. There we go. Get my days right. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome back to the New York live trading room presented by tier1trading.com. Hope all you guys are doing well. We're kicking off the day today. We've got some news coming out. Give me a second. I'm going to get back to the pair I was watching, but we got some news coming out for the euro right now. Right, we've got some monetary policy minutes coming out now, right at 7:30. Usually, we don't have 7:30 news too much, unless it's like unless it's monetary policy related, unless it's an ECB press conference or an interest rate change or something like that. Typically, the U.S. news comes at 8:30. But I want to pay attention to this because the trade that I was looking for today, Wed Thursday, right, was on the Euro Aussies. One of the very few things that interested me in the markets this week. So we'll take a look at that. We do have GDP coming out for the dollar and unemployment at 8:30 as well. And today kicks off the also important Jackson Hole Symposium, which is the annual monetary policy meeting here in the US. So all of the important people are going to get together in Wyoming, right? I remember when I was younger, I actually thought they were like meeting in a hole somewhere, like on, old school caveman things, right? They're going to get together. They're going to discuss monetary policy. And then our Fed Chair, Jerome Powell, is going to come out Friday morning, I believe, 10 o'clock. I can just check here. Yep, Friday morning, 10 o'clock, and he's going to tell us what the deal is moving forward, and that's going to have a massive effect on the market because that is what everyone is waiting for. So today may be an interesting day. I think we're going to be really in a holding pattern before Powell's speech, but of course, the market is going to try and anticipate, based off the data that comes out while they're in this meeting, what is going to happen next. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you guys or that other secret room that I run when I shut down here. But we're kind of at this weird pivot point, right? So, you know how we look at the market all the time and we look at, we talked about patterns yesterday, right? Pivot points and swings are when we start our X legs for patterns, or like decision points in the market where price comes to a previous level of support or resistance. And those are going to be important parts in the market, right? Where the market is going to make a decision. We are either going to hold resistance and reverse, or we're going to violate resistance and continue. We're at that point with monetary policy right now, where again, we're in this weird circumstance where we're really in a cycle where we're going straight from aggressive rate hikes to rate cuts. Like it's usually aggressive rate hikes, and then we kind of settle out for a little bit, and then recessions come, and then we start cutting and all this other stuff, and then we settle in for a little bit, and then we start kind of hiking again, right? I'll show you on a chart here, right? Typically, it kind of looks like kind of like the basics of how price action moves, if you're familiar with like the Wyckoff cycles and whatnot, where we go up, and then we kind of consolidate, and then we go down, and then we kind of consolidate. And this is over years and years and years and years and years, right? What we've typically done is like this, right? What we're doing right now feels like this, right? We're going to go straight up, and then we're going to go like right straight down like that. So it's this roller coaster ride, which is my first experience dealing with something like this the way it has been. I've spoken to a lot of other professional traders out there, their first experience as well. And it's cool because you learn from these experiences, right? I've never dealt with a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic before, and the aftermath of that. So it's cool to have that knowledge going forward, because this knowledge and this experience is going to be golden. Again, the biggest example I can give in my career is that I started my trading career basically, or investing career, basically after what was called the Great Recession, right? This was that 2009 period. And everyone was like, we've never seen something like this before, blah, 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 blah. I profited from it, fortunately. Longer term from it, I should say. But it gave me a massive amount of knowledge about how to handle COVID, especially with COVID being a different type of deal, but similar situation. You don't have that fear. You don't have that panic like most people have. You can look at things from a different perspective where you're looking to take advantage instead of running and trying to cover your tail. But yeah, so we'll see what happens today. Again, in general, typically we look for kind of stop and go traffic before this before Jackson Hole comes, but we shall see. James says, I feel so much like that this week. Wins Thursday. Yeah, it all blends together. Is Powell going to see his shadow or not? Yeah, that's that's. I think that's what really happens after the market, right, or after the Jackson Hole, right? He walks outside, and if he sees his shadow, it means more interest rate hiking for the next 6 months. And if he doesn't see his shadow, that means that then it's going to be a quick kind of interest rate cut. That's and all the other stuff is just to make it seem like they know what they're doing, right? It all comes down to that, or it all comes down to like a coin toss, right? I've been in these important business meetings before. I know how it goes. We flip a coin and then we stay there for like another 4 hours to make it look like we're having intelligent discussion, and then nothing actually happens. But anyway, welcome back. I do want to give, I feel bad. Someone on TradingView yesterday asked to look at pound, yen, and gold. And I kind of said, hey, we already looked at our trade of today. I can't help you here. So for you guys out there that are watching the live stream, thank you, by the way, for watching. Hit that like button and support me. I don't have much on the radar for today. I was planning to look at Euro Aussie because that is an interesting position, a decision point. But if you have something that you wanted to take a look at, if you had something that you were hoping I looked at today for the live stream, type it in right now. If you do it in the next minute or so, I will go have a look at it. I will analyze it for you as a viewer's choice day. If not, then I'll just go to the Euro Aussie, which again is in a kind of interesting position. I'll bring that over to my chart. Netflix is an interesting position as well for you guys that like 2618 trades here too. But we'll give you guys a little bit to type it in, see if anything comes out. If not, we'll head to the Euro Aussie. Cody, are you still in pound? You still in the pound dollar long, Cody? I'm in a bunch of trades, man. I got dollar yen, I got pound dollar, I got dollar Canada? Was it dollar Canada had the Gartley this morning? Let me check real quick. I believe it was dollar Canada. Or I mean, I know it was dollar Canada. I'm not sure if it was. I can't remember if it was a Gartley or bad. It was a deep Gartley. On dollar Canada, yeah, there we go. Right in here. Sorry, I have it on my Ninja Trader, not on my trading view. But yeah, so I've got a handful of trades on, and I'm rooting for different things, man. So I'm short the dollar on pound dollar because I'm long pound dollar off the double bottom we spoke about yesterday. We did come up to retest the highs of that double bottom, right? Ultimately, I'm looking for a move right below 120, right? Again, right at that. Remember our 50% right here, right at 119.98. So I'm at 119.96s, right? So I'm looking for that as well. I am at break even too, Cody, right? We tested our first level. I expect to be tested this danger zone right here, the peak of our double top. So I'm at break even. So risk free made me happy. Risk free, and I got Ethereum is the request. Okay, we'll do a look at some crypto today. Ethereum, perfect. I'm still in the dollar yen. So long pound dollar here, which means I'm short the dollar against the pound, right? I'm short dollar yen, so that lines up as well. That's another short US dollar, right? Looking for yen strength, because it's a bearish pattern there. I'm long Canada, right? Dollar Canada. So I am long the dollar, that one. So I'm all over the place with the dollar pairs, but you guys know I don't really care about correlations. I care about specifically what I see on the chart. Orsi says gold has an advanced pattern on the 60 as well. The shiny. Should I buy back my gold then, Orsi? You outed me the other day for causing the sell-off on gold. Should I buy it all back? All right, let's look at Ethereum. That was the request that came in from Andre. We got Mickle on YouTube. He's short Euro Aussie. Ooh, I'm looking for a breakout there. It can go one of two ways. That's the one I want to look at, Mickle. Maybe we'll do 2 for 1. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's I want to see confirmation of this current candle, but I like a short on Euro Aussie as well. I'm with you. So go to Ethereum here. Boom, 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 boom. Funny, I was just watching. I don't know if you guys saw it. We did a video the other day on the Trader Coffee Break channel. We had a question about the end of Forex trading. and what happens if the Forex market died and all this fun stuff. And good video, good doomsday video if you didn't get a chance to see it, for all the doomsday lovers out there. But Cody says, Ethereum, we called a great long off of 16. Didn't take that long, though. Would be at break even on that as well. Hit 117. I remember that was from a couple days ago. We had the debate. Right off this previous level of structure. So hey, our notes are still there. Look at that. Good. We can just review this. So let's look at Ethereum here on the daily. And we were, just to recap in case you haven't been in tune with these live sessions on a daily basis, we were looking for really a transition off of this level, right? Ethereum has been bearish, right? We came down and we found a nice little base here. And again, this base gives clues. What are the clues that we have? And this is the simplicity of understanding how to read a price chart. James wrote this in earlier, said, I just went through the Foundation 2 course. Amazing, Akil. Thank you. There's actually a preview of the Foundation 2 course on YouTube somewhere for you guys that aren't over on the platform. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Bridging the Gap, maybe. It's like I don't know. I think it's like the first lesson in the Foundation 2, but you can find it somewhere on the YouTube channel. I think go down to like special events or something like that. But so glad you loved it. Because as you know, I was the Foundation 2 course took me about 2 years to make. 1 year because I was very scared about doing it, because I thought everyone would call me crazy, because as far as what I saw in the market, no one was looking at the market the way I was. And my brain is a little bit different. I interpret things different, but no one was making kind of the analogies that I make. And I, when you see no one else doing it, and I'm not a big shot or anything like that, trading, you're like, hey, this is, am I completely wrong in how I'm thinking? But you stay true to yourself. It's something that works for me. It's how I interpret the market, and it went over very well. So either it's good content or you guys are just as crazy as me. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think it adds a different perspective. But you look at this, and Orsi said, you look at the buying pressure, right? Not only do we base off here, but we look at the differences in buying pressure, how we get rejected down here, right? We're pushing up and making even. And then again, we're looking at a comparison between previous spikes down and current spike downs. And we can see that buying pressure is winning in this battle. And, we predicted it. It's not the easiest one because this comes off of a downward move, right? Ideally, you want to see a descending triangle in this situation for a bearish continuation. But you see this in the stock market all the time as well. One of the classic patterns over time where we consolidate and then we break up. Sammy says, glad you're back on TradingView. Thanks. Yeah, I bounced around because sometimes TradingView, it was giving me problems with connecting to YouTube, which I didn't like. So I went to my old streaming thing. If you want to be safe, just head over to YouTube. It's always going to be on there no matter what. If TradingView gives me problems, again, streaming, I will stop and go somewhere else, but it will always be on YouTube. So that's probably the best place to watch, aside from actually being in the live room. Toby says, brother, crazy is not always bad, but true to yourself. And Toby knows about crazy, right? So we speaked off this level, broke through this level, came down to retest it and quite get the structure, but got to this little pregnant pause right here, this little red guy in the middle. And then we started making our way up, got a little divergence here as you came into structure and settled back down. And we were at an interesting point we were talking about because we didn't clear our most recent structure highs right here, which gives you hesitation about any type of longer term continuation. And I know nothing about the fundamental side of this, so to each his own there. But as we retraced off of this rising channel, and I'll draw that in for you, this bad boy right here. As we retraced off this rising channel, this was the other day, we came back into our previous level of structure, right? We got a hold here. We had a nice little inside bar, which we saw for indecision. We had another candle that gives us a massive clue, right? What's the clue with this candle right here, guys? You Foundation 2 graduates, how would you classify this one? Orsi says, fakey. Where's the Doomsday Conversation? Last question. Via email or so, coffee break on YouTube. Yeah, just go to, you can either check it just go to my YouTube channel. There's a link below on the deal that you're watching on, and there's a playlist called the Trader Coffee Break. It's the very last video. It's called like the end of Forex trading or something like that. It's whatever the last coffee break we did, because we didn't do one yesterday. But yeah, bullish pin bar, right? Bears tried to push down, rejected up. We followed it up with another very positive candle. And this is that break and close above we wanted, right? We went down to the 4 hour. Something I love. I love putting lines around this zone. We look for breaks and closes above. We got a break and close above here on the 4 hour. We came back, got a retest. As Cody mentioned, I wouldn't, everyone's trading style is different. I wouldn't have any way to enter this, right? But this higher high, higher close would be the entry for me, aside from going on like going down to an hourly. Maybe we'll find something. And yeah, I think we can definitely rise up to, and we've risen up already. Our next stopping point would be right in here, right? See this little head and shoulders deal? Is a sloppy head and shoulders. That would be the next stopping point, in my opinion. Now we're gonna have to clear. In order to be clear, we are going to have to clear this level, this little spiky right here. But certainly if we can get past that, I don't see anything stopping us from rising up to 18, 19. Looks like anybody want to use their fib eyes? What type of Fibonacci do you think is up there? Don't cheat. Don't cheat. And if you guys are new to the channel here, we only do one trade of the day here. If you're watching on the live stream. So this was, I asked for viewers' choice earlier. You guys were a little late, so you missed it. Someone got their idea in first. So this is what we're going to look at. However, if you want to join us for the full session again, www.tier1trading.com. Both live rooms, London and New York, do come with your trial membership. So you can hop in there and spend a few hours with us each day, or as much time as you want. Looks like a 618. Yeah, I'm going to say a 618 as well. Right at the bottom of it. Let's see how good our fib eyes are. Oh, yeah. Did you cheat, Bobby? You cheated. James, you cheated. I know you cheated. I know you cheated. I didn't cheat. I was right. You saw it. I'm streaming live, right? You cheated. Oh, good eye, good eye. Yes, that's the next level. So no use in talking about trading it now. Let's talk about the next opportunity. I do want to look on the hourly. I'm just curious if anything happened down here on the hourly. Man, you even have a little pattern formation form in here. Look at that bad boy. Love this stuff. I love this stuff. This was a good example, not to get too off track. You guys remember the conversation we had yesterday about patterns, and we talked about the aggressive C, and we drew the example of using patterns as a continuation model. Give me a yes if you guys remember that. Isn't it funny how we teach that lesson, and then right after we teach that lesson, it happens? Perfect example. Perfect example. You got the higher high, higher close right here, which defines your directional bias. Boom. We get that little complex pullback, right? We form a pattern formation. We have a bullish Gartley in an area, which is also a pullback with the underlying trend. Use it as a entry for your continuation trade. Perfect example. How convenient it happens the day after we talk about it. James says proof that Akil pushes the market around. James. Shh. James, you can't be putting the info out there. Not on the live stream, James. You got to wait till we shut down the live stream so we can talk about this in private. Now I'm going to get even more messages asking about trading ideas and signal services. Come on, James. I know you've been away for a while, but you know better. You can't come in here snitching. All right, so decent opportunity there. So what is next? So again, what is next for me would be this, right? We have a prediction level of where we think price action is going to go to, where I think price action is going to. This level right here, where you want to target inside that level is up to you, a market maker, man. I tell you what, I'm glad I'm not a market maker. I love being a retail trader. The freedom that we have as a retail trader is amazing. I wouldn't have it on any other way. You know, you think about insiders and market makers, smart money, whatever you got to call them. The sneakiness in how they need to operate and the things they need to do to establish positions without anyone knowing, that's just too much. Like, would you guys want, if you guys had the choice, would you rather have to be very sneaky and tiptoe around and slowly probe your position, and sometimes if you want to buy, purposely push the market down to see if you can buy and all that fun stuff? Or would you rather just like hit buy or sell whenever you want it? James says, like owning a small business, so much flexibility. Yeah, you're right. Retail trading is the way to be, in my opinion. Now, again, if you're in a position where you can be a market maker, you've got a lot of funds. That's its own thing. But yeah, I'd much rather just float around freely because no one cares about my position. No one even knows my position exists. Depends on the value of the return, I guess. Well, the percentages would probably be no different. In fact, they maybe even be less because you can't take as much risk. But the process, think about the process. The process would be quite annoying. As a retail trader, my process is simple. I come in, I do my analysis, I take a trade if it meets my rules, and boom. I don't have to play any games. I don't have to like wait and develop news and put news to the news outlets and wait for people to panic off the news so I can sneak in and then put some more news out and flush it the other way. And too many games. Too many games. Too many games. I just want to come in, do my job, make my money, and then live my life. Much rather be retail than institutional. Even the institutional people I spoke to, they don't like it. It's just what you got to do. But let's talk about what's next. We got a prediction point up here. If you had enough money to make markets, you have enough money to pay people to do the hard work. Yes and no. The question is, and this is the thing. So, and this is always the discussion we had when we have about starting a prop firm, right? I would love to start a prop firm, mainly for the reasons because it gives the people that we directly teach an opportunity to trade at a different level versus going to like, one of the online places. The reason that we've never taken that approach to starting a prop firm is because it means that I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. I absolutely love teaching. I love teaching. I love discussing the markets. I love educating. I love doing it not just for clients that I work with directly, but I love talking to people out there in the world about trading. I'm just a trading nerd. It brings me joy. It brings me purpose. It fulfills a need in my life. If I started a prop firm, I would not teach. Do you know why I would not teach? Yes. And we did this before. We started at Trade Empowered, where we were actually, this is before, it's a funny story. So we were developing, and I'll get back to the analysis in a little bit. You guys know I get long-winded. We were actually developing our own trading platform, and we stopped when TradingView came out. We were developing our own trading platform because the idea was, hey, like we may start a prop firm and we want to have an interactive platform that our clients can use. And this is when we started beta testing TradingView as well. TradingView came out and they put us on the beta testing list and we played around with it. And then we realized like, man, our platform sucks. Like this TradingView thing is good. And this was like the baby TradingView where it wasn't sexy at all. But if I'm running a prop firm, right, I'm keeping my eyes on everything you do because guess what? Guess whose money you're trading with? You're trading with my money. And you better believe that I'm going to know where every penny of my money goes. Because I don't trust none of y'all. But the work goes into more management than trading. I'm no longer actively trading. I'm educating on a smaller scale, but I become more of a manager. My job becomes essentially paying attention to what you're doing, evaluating what you're doing, educating you if you're making mistakes or whatnot. But it's basically I'm looking over your shoulders. So yeah, you could have enough money to pay people to do the stuff, but then all that happens is the job switches, going from a trader, which is something I actually enjoy, to a manager, which is something I don't really enjoy doing. The job just changes, and then that takes the joy out of it for me. So you got to think about that when it's not all about, hey, I would love to be an institutional trader because that means I would have this and much, this amount of money. You could be a retail trader with the same amount of money as well. You just got to diversify your investments, right? You're not flushing everything to the Forex market. You have exposure to different things out there, right? Whether it's, real estate, whether it's other markets, whether it's business startups, right? Whether you're an angel investor, something like that. So you got to think about, at the end of the day, you don't want to get away. Like the reason, at least for me, the reason we want to make money in general is to do things that we love. And I was having this discussion, I think off the record with Greystone the other day. The reason we ultimately want to make money so we can do the things that we enjoy. We can do more of the things that we enjoy, the things that we love, right? And we know that money and happiness go hand in hand, but to a certain level, right? After you get past a certain point, after you fulfill those basic needs, right? More money doesn't necessarily equal more happiness, right? It's like the RSI, right? The closer it gets to 100, the more work it has to do to get there. The RSI can jump from 40 to 60 really, really quick with not a lot happening on the chart. But once we get to 80, that same amount of move that took it from 40 to 60 may only take it from 80 to 85, right? So we want to do the things we love. If the money we make is putting us in a position where we are no longer doing the things that we love, the question that we have to ask ourselves, and there's no right answer, this is going to be on a person-to-person basis, is it still worth it? Is it still worth it? No, they manage. Mike and Steve manage. Their main job is managing the floor, managing and educating and surveying. Yep. So that's always the debate that we have to have, guys. And Kamani says, but you can employ others to do that. And I'm not sure if that was referring to the trading or the managing. I would just tell you this, if you've ever run a business, then if you've ever run a business, then you know how it works, right? We can say all day that, hey, we're going to pay other people to do everything. But at the end of the day, if you're a business owner, you are managing. And if you're not managing your active traders, you're managing the managers. Because trust me, it is a bad idea. And if we have any other entrepreneurs or business owners here, let me know. It is a bad idea to be completely hands-off. That's when things go bad. It is a very bad idea to be an owner and just say, hey, I'm going to be completely hands-off. Everyone is going to do everything for me without having any foot in the game. You're always a manager. You are the owner. You're the ultimate boss. You're always managing someone. Whether you're managing the basic level employees, whether you're managing the managers, whether you're managing the co-owners, you're always managing. And again, I think when it's your money that's involved, it's more of a personal stake as well. Because trust me, if you're trading a lump sum of my money, please believe I'm going to know where every penny of that money is going. Please believe it. I'm not letting anything slip through the cracks. So you got to think about that. You got to think about that. And there's no wrong or right answer. It's all going to be a personal decision. But the job just shifts, and ultimately you want to do what you want to do. Helen says, I just sold my business to learn how to trade. Well done, Helen. Well done. All right, so let's get back to the analysis here. You guys know I go off on these rants. If you liked it, though, that's good. So here's the next key decision point here with Ethereum. We break that level. I don't see anything stopping us from pushing up to our projection level. So again, this is going to be your next decision point. You got to go through your trading plan, ask yourself, what do I need? If then. If price violates this level, then I need blank to enter the trade. Measure out your risk reward as we always do. Make sure it meets your profile. If it does, boom. Wait for your entry reason and you're good to go. So looking for continued longs on Ethereum. We had our first longs already to break out from yesterday, but definitely still room to move forward, especially if we can violate this little spike right here, 1724.42s. Any questions about the crypto or any questions about any of the discussion that we had? Live room members, we're going to head over to EURUSD next. Live streamers, I'm going to boot you out, but I'll see you this weekend. I should be back with a Trading Edge. We'll have a Trading Coach podcast out tomorrow, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I should be back with a Trading Edge this weekend. And then we'll see you guys in the live stream next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You're so right. Total freedom and no anxiety. Lean on the yeah. I like my simple stress-free life. But everyone's different. There's nothing wrong with starting a prop firm. There's nothing wrong with being in a position where you're managing others. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all. Again, this is just my personal opinion and how I like to float. I'd rather, as a retail trader, I think it's simple. You have a plan, you follow a plan, you execute the plan. I guess you're doing the same thing as a institutional trader, but it's a lot more complicated to get involved in moves when you're swinging that big of a stick, because it's really scary when you can move the market against yourself. It's not a fun thing. Not a fun thing. At least everyone I spoke to doesn't really enjoy it. Let's put it that way. High stress. All right. I will see you guys over the weekend. Hit that like button on the way out if you guys haven't done so already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Daily content on there. Live rumors. I was going to head to EURUSD next. But let me know if there's some place particular you guys wanted to go to, and we can pop there first. We got about 29 minutes until our GDP and unemployment comes out. So still expecting kind of a slowdown in the market until then.